Hey guys, I'm back. I am gonna do a proper video of the emissions deleting the two canisters and where to block everything off. And this is what it will look like when you're done. Why I'm doing this? No reason really, it just looks cleaner. These are usually on California bikes for emissions, but I know guys that go off-road tend to take them off because when your bike tilts over, these things fill with gas and they need to evaporate in order for you to start your bike back up. But I really don't know if that's like a carb setup or what. I don't really know too much about these. I just thought it looked cleaner without it, and I don't need it over here on the East Coast. First thing you want to do is take this little strap off, which I already did, and I took the hoses off. One goes to this other canister. It actually comes in up and in here. So that one is off. And then the other one wraps around to the other side and goes to the air box. And it is this hose here, not the middle one. So we'll take that off. Next, this canister, same type of little strap. You can take that off. And then we'll remove this hose, which kind of acts like a breather to your gas tank. I think what I'm gonna do is use this longer one, and I'm going to plug it into the tank, have it feed through here, and then I got some ball cap, whatever you wanna call them, like your typical ball cap on the top of a gas cap for breather. Then this line here actually oh shit. All right, I just soaked myself with gas, but this one actually goes to the bottom of the fuel tank. I'm gonna get a cap now. This cap should work. I'm gonna see if I can use these clamps too. This one goes to the bottom of the gas tank. Pull this one off. Okay, both lines are off, and I have this one capped, and then I'm gonna use this one as like a breather. Because I have such bad ADHD, I'm gonna remove the brackets now. Okay, that bracket is off. Now I'm gonna take this bracket off that was holding that bigger canister at the bottom. All right, these are pretty tight, so using a breaker bar. Now, if you're not that intelligent like me, you won't realize that there is a nut on the other side until after you're done torquing on this thing. But this is out. Just put the bolts back in, torqued it to 30 foot-pounds. Already looks super clean. Now I'm gonna work on this canister. This bottom line goes to the throttle body, I believe. And it's gonna be a little bit harder to plug our cap off because it's super tight in there. I don't know how I'm gonna get my hand in there. I may have to remove the gas cap or the gas tank, which is not a big deal, but it's doable. All right, so I got the tank off. I moved it out of the way. What we're looking for here is this, where my finger is. I'm gonna put a cap on that. I couldn't really film doing it, but cap is right here. And the last thing to do is this. Well, actually there's two things left to do. There's the hose that went from the bottom canister to the intake box. And then there's the breather valve I was talking about. So I'll do the air intake one next. Okay, so it makes it much easier to remove the rear brake reservoir. You can see the clamp there. And then it looks like it's like hemmed up on this is the actual line right here. It looks like it's hemmed up on this zip tie right here. It's like zip tied to the frame from factory. Should be able to pull it out now. And there's this annoying bracket holding a big part of the wiring harness and the mount to the reservoir. I'm gonna try to fish it through here. And that is it. It is out. So I'll grab a big cap. Hopefully the cap big enough. See if this one works. It's a little loose, but I may be able to use these clamps, the OEM clamp to hold it in. All right, so I went down a cap size and that fits. And I ended up using one of the OEM clamps and just kind of bent it a little bit to be tighter. And it's on there pretty good. It was just one of these. I just stretched it out to be a little bit smaller in diameter and it looks like it's pretty tight. All right, the last thing is the breather hose. Okay, so with the last open spot on the tank, you can see I have a cap on the right side and I have the hose on the other side for the breather and then my little ball cap. And I'm just gonna try to find a spot in here to tuck it in and aim it up a bit. This hose does have a right angle on the bottom, like on the tank. So I'm gonna right angle it up and then try to go flat with it. Okay, so I'm all wrapped up. I ended up tucking this line like along the tank and then up high through this top portion, and the cap comes out right here. So hopefully that doesn't rattle on anything. I think it'll be fine, but not a bad spot. But yeah, everything is cleaned up. I just gotta put everything back together. This is capped off. Both canisters are out. I think in the next video, if the sprocket shows up, I'm gonna do the chain and then probably do the brakes. Just flush the fluid for now. And that's it. Thanks for watching.